Hi, I'm Maria Nieves, President and CEO of the Hudson County Chamber of Commerce and the Hudson County Chamber Foundation. We're once again hosting #HudsonGives on May 13, and we hope that you will join the movement and give to a local cause and nonprofit during our third annual Giving Day. We're really pleased to be speaking today with Andrew Baldwin, who is with Mile Square Theater in Hoboken. You are the Director of Operations, and this is your third year participating in #HudsonGives, right?
Yes, yeah, we're on the ground floor there that first year.
That's right, and you all were not just on the ground floor. I specifically remember, even before we officially announced we were going to do it, you were sort of all in as an organization in participating. Tell me why.
It sort of came together coincidentally for us. We were looking to do a second appeal. We always have our end of year appeal, and then we wanted a second fundraiser somewhere like middle of the year-ish. And sort of #HudsonGives came along, and I said, this is perfect. This is gonna be the perfect sort of venue to do it. And I love technology. I love messing with websites and having like the online fundraiser and all the tools that are on the website for people to give, do matches, have their own fundraising account that goes into our fundraiser with peer-to-peer fundraising. I went for all of it. I was just all in. I loved the technology that it was using.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad. So we have had perfect timing then.
Perfect timing, and I'm also kind of a competitive person, so the sort of the friendly competition of it really drove me.
I have heard through the rumor mill that there was some friendly trash talking with your prime competitor, the Friends of the Learning Community Charter School.
Friends of the Learning Community Charter School.
Can you say anything about that?
I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away our strategy to them.
Okay.
To Jen, but I will say that rivalry has been actually a lot of fun, and one of the benefits, unexpected benefits of the competition of it is that I get to know all of these people from different nonprofits around the county as well, and make connections, and sort of we're all in it together, even though we're sort of competing. Yeah,
we're gonna have to do like a Boston Red Sox versus Yankees kind of thing one day between the two.
Yes.
I see that. I see that coming in a future year.
We're 1-for-1 now. They beat us one year, we beat them one year. So this is kind of the tiebreaker.
This year's the grudge match.
It's a big year.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about Mile Square Theater.
So we were founded in 2003, and we, for a long time, didn't have a home, like a lot of theaters actually around the state. We used other people's spaces, we rented spaces, we took advantage of free spaces when we could. And in 2016, the community came together. We had a big fundraising campaign to build our theater in Uptown Hoboken. Excellent. And sort of ever since then, we've been producing in our 120-seat theater space. Last year, or 2 years ago now, 2019, we opened up our annex space. It was donated to us by Bijou Properties, and that annex is a dance studio and a rehearsal studio. So we have 2 locations now uptown, and we have obviously been shut down for this last year for performances. We've been doing virtual performances, and we have relied on the generosity of individual donors, grants from foundations and from the government in order to sort of stay afloat. And we are so grateful that we're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh,
yes. Thank you for mentioning that. I think we're all waiting with some bated breath as to how soon that will come. Do you think long-term digital will always be a part of the repertoire?
It's such a beautiful thing that we've actually discovered this year. A great silver lining for us is that the digital programming has allowed for a massive amount of access to our programming. So people who couldn't come to the theater because of, say, a disability or distance or financial reasons even, we're able to offer these things. And so we definitely want them to be a part of what we're doing in the future, both for the general public and as perks for our members. There's so many different ways that we can see it sort of playing into our programming in the future. But yes, it's definitely here to stay.
Like it or leave it, right?
Yeah,
it's here
exactly,
to stay.
exactly.
So tell us about, I was going to ask you about Hudson County, what makes it special, but you're also in Hoboken, which is very special. So
Yeah,
what makes being here in this part of New Jersey special for you?
okay, there's some obvious ones. The waterfront, Italian delis, Mutts Fest, okay,
Yes.
Hoboken. I gotta give a shout out to it. But also community, and I don't mean that just in like a broad sense. It is amazing to me how dense this area is, how many people live here, but how often I feel like I'm living in a small town. And when I
Right.
walk down Washington Street, sometimes you'll see me like down there hanging show posters or something, and I always see people that I know, audience members, students that I've taught. We teach theater and dance classes, and so that's like the beautiful part to me is the massive amount of diversity and all the different type of people who live here and how close-knit it feels sometimes.
Right. As one of my members once described it, Hudson County is large enough, but small enough
Yeah.
that you can know folks and build a community.
Yeah, it's really special.
You talked a little bit about the partnership within the Hudson Gives. Can you talk a little bit more about why that's been so beneficial?
It's been huge. The training that we've gotten from Hudson Gives has upped our social media game, has upped the connections that we're making with our audience members, sort of understanding what drives our audience members to support us and what do they care about. And the community around Hudson Gives is sort of all about that, all about how you're telling your story. And I am so inspired by all these nonprofits and the stories that they have to tell, the
Right.
people that they've helped. And I'm constantly stealing stuff from them, like, oh, that's such a good idea, we could do something like that. And it's been very meaningful as well as very helpful.
And you all have also been very sort of strategic about how you use the funds that you've raised. I think there's been a summer program that has been supported. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so every year, it varies from year to year, but we give roughly 24 to 25 students scholarships to our programs. And that's for the summer program, which are camps where we have productions, but also for our classes that take place during the school year from fall to spring. And so these are students who wouldn't otherwise be able to participate in the program. And that's been really great. Some of the money for Hudson Gives also goes towards subsidizing our school shows for our young audience programming, which to me is really meaningful. I've done a lot of young audience and family programming, and to give a young audience member their first experience with theater. And then we always do a talk back afterwards where we sort of take them behind the scenes and show them
cool.
how things work and explain what it's like to be an artist and a theater maker. That to me is a really magical experience. And so we're able to offer those tickets for very, very low prices to the schools to come and do field trips at the theater because of fundraising like this.
Oh, excellent. Is there a goal that you can mention this year? Want to mention? I don't know how much you want to share.
Yeah. I'm Friends of Learning Center Learning Community Charter School. I don't want to give away my secrets, but I can say that we are definitely upping our goal from last year, both because we think we can, and we were very inspired by surpassing our goal last year, and so we're going to at least try to do that. But I think we can go further, and it's also because there is a great need. This is going to be the last fundraiser we do, hopefully, before we open up again for in-person shows. And
Yes.
this is going to really determine the tone of our recovery.
Right. Okay.
So that's
not too much pressure.
not too much pressure. Yeah, don't think about it.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew, for coming by today. I just love having Miles Square Theater participate and be such an advocate for Hudson Gives. So I'm going to invite everyone to join us on May 13 at HudsonGives.org. You can find Miles Square Theater and any of the other nonprofits we've been talking throughout the last month or so around why they participate. And we hope that you will take some time to give and give and give. Give early, give often. All right, thank you very much. Bye.